Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today I have another knife review, and it's storming outside, so if you hear crazy thunder or anything, that's what it is. And today's knife is a knife that a lot of people probably have, is the most sold knife on Blade HQ, and it's, in my mind, the best knife you can get for under 15 bucks, and that is the Kershaw Injection 3.5. Kershaw Injection 3.5. So let's go over the specs and then get into this actually really cool knife. The overall length is 8 inches. The blade length is 3.5 inches. The blade thickness is 0.12 inches thick. The handle length is 4.5 inches. The handle thickness is 0.55 inches. And the overall weight is 4.4 ounces. You know, this isn't a super light knife, but honestly, for the price and the fit and finish and the overall design, like, you really can't go wrong with this thing. This thing is just ridiculously stylized for being a budget folder. So starting with the blade shape, you kind of have like this, I want to say almost like a paring knife. It's a continuous drop point with a decent amount of flat and a shallow kind of belly there. Really beautiful knife. Has it's a full flat grind. I don't believe it's hollow. Nope, full flat grind. It has a bead blast finish, and it just kind of has that look that's meant for like either like food prep or something you'd use in the kitchen. It's definitely designed as a slicer, and you can just feel it, and you can just tell by the look. It tapers down to a very fine point for any sort of intricate detailed cuts. The edge isn't necessarily 90 degrees, but you potentially throw sparks on it. And yeah, just kind of a classic slicey blade shape. So looking on the show side, you have the Kershaw logo, and on the other side you have the 3830 model number, and it's a Todd Rexford design. And then it's made in China, and its blade steel is HCR 13 MOV. The cool thing too with the blade is it has these really stout and just kind of like bomb-proof thumb studs here. Fairly large, almost exaggerated to a point, but they're polished and they look really cool. They have some stylizing around and a polished cone top. Easy to find, easy to open, and yeah, just awesome. Really cool look and design to that. There is like a ricasso here, and then too, you have this stylized pivot on either side. So the handle design, just, I don't know, it's awesome. So it has a really great contour and overall kind of uniform shape. The angles in it are very modern looking. You know, you have this kind of gentle arch across the back and then some sharp angles here, and then it widens from the tapered from the choil here, and you have a decent little finger guard. I don't know, just like everything about it just is really well thought out and designed as far as like the overall aesthetic and look. You have these awesome little milled out or grooved out grooves within the G10, and then within that it's skeletonized as well through there. It would have been a little cooler if the actual liners were skeletonized. Would have reduced the weight, but you know, this is a budget blade, and to even have G10 handle scales with that type of look is just really impressive. I apologize if you hear a little dog. The hardware on it is all kind of polished or satin hardware. The liners are powder coated as well. You have this kind of FRN backspacer. Then you have a hidden lanyard post that does not stick out or interject into the actual profile of the knife. The knife has a fairly uniform and symmetrical pocket clip with the Kershaw branding on it, and it is a two-way carry, tip up only left-right carry, which is nice for any of you lefties, though it is a liner lock, which is usually designated to right-handers. Well, the overall grip in hand is just excellent. The handle fills the hand really well. It is a larger knife, so you're going to have a really steady grip on there. And it feels pretty good. Reverse grip's a little awkward, but if you do the upside down or tip down grip, the thumb rests right on that flat, and it's pretty awesome. So, besides the handle, the overall like look of it just almost gives you this like custom feel. I think the only other drawback I'd have is I wish it wasn't a powder coating on the blade. That's kind of, to me, just makes it look a little bit cheaper. I think if it was like a satin finish or a stonewash, it'd look a little bit cooler. But that being said, the handle is just excellent. Absolutely love it. Very comfortable in hand. Good for slicing. So we're going to check out some comparisons to some other knives, and then we'll get into our favorite, the Ugly Brown Glove test. So first off, we have the Kershaw Blur right there. We're going to check out the Kaiser Guru, and we'll throw in the Benchmade Grizzly Ridge. So as you can see, comparison wise, the Grizzly Ridge is 3.5 inches, the Blur is about 3.5, and the Injection is 3.5, and the Guru is about 3 inches. Handle wise, they're all pretty much the same, so that's cool. So yeah, there's just kind of a comparison. We'll look at the thickness. Blade stock wise, it does start off with a thicker tang on the blade there, but it looks like the Guru might just be a titch thicker. Weight wise though, the Guru is slightly heavier. That is one downside, is that this is a little bit heavy. If they milled out the liners in here, if they ever do like a, I don't know, if anyone does like an exclusive, ask them to mill out the liners. But yeah, blade thickness, it's about the same. Handle thickness, I think the handle is a little bit thicker on the Injection, but pretty awesome. Both Kershaws. And then the Grizzly Ridge, blade thickness about the same. Grizzly Ridge might be a titch thicker. Handle wise, about the same. Weight wise though, I think the Grizzly Ridge is lighter. All right. So there's that. Man, just awesome. I even like the flats. The fact that they put a flat landing pad there for the pocket clip is pretty cool. Really like that. All right, guys, so the last test, the best test, the Ugly Brown Glove test. So this is the original. So finding those thumb studs is a piece of cake. I mean, they're just huge. They're the biggest thumb studs I've ever had on a knife, which isn't a bad thing. And they definitely look cool. So they're nice. They're big. They're round. There's no jimping up top, so any sort of smooth cloth glove, you're going to feel like you want more traction up there. But the guard and the choil, or the indent there for the finger, actually locks it in pretty well. Plus the swell in the palm works really well. And so you have it. The G10 isn't terribly textured, but those grooves that are milled in do help with grip. And it's just very, very lightly textured. It almost feels like a micarta, a canvas micarta. So you get that. And the grip actually locks in pretty well. Just the top to cross, there's no jimping, which makes it a little slick. Finding those thumb studs, piece of cake. Finding the liner lock, you know, it sticks out just enough. Overlaps there. So yeah, definitely passes. Definitely passes. Could it be better? Sure. But pretty solid. I would give it a B+. Actually, we'll give it an A-. A-. Ugly Brown Glove test. Just the ergos. It's just, you know, it's nothing. It's just good. Just a good knife. So there you have it, guys. This is the Kershaw Injection 3.5. Awesome budget blade. At the time of this video, you can find it anywhere on the net for sure under $20. But you know, the best price I've seen was Blade HQ. I'll leave links in the description below to Amazon and Blade HQ, depending on wherever you find it, whichever price is better or whatever your interest is. But definitely leave links below. Check those out. Be sure to check out the links to some of my other stuff too. I am an Amazon affiliate, and if you purchase anything through those hyperlinks on Amazon, whether it's a candy bar or whatnot, I get a little bit of a kickback, especially since I can't make any money off the YouTube channel because I don't have 1,000 subs yet. But who knows? By the time of this video, who knows? But either way, thank you guys. Thank you for the support. Check out this knife. Everyone should own it. No excuses. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out these other videos. Click the eye on the wherever, over there, whatever. Thank you, and I'll see you outside.